Hey there everybody on YouTube. It's going to be a quick little video on my bike. It's a Kawasaki ZR-7S. I'm putting the bike away for the winter. It's getting cold here in New England, and before I do that I thought I'd do a little video, tell you what the bike is all about if you're thinking about getting one or you're just curious about the bike. So I've had it for 9 years. I bought it with 2,000 miles on it. It's now got 68,000 on it, so I've ridden it a lot. I've had it for a long time. I know it very well. And let's do a little rundown of it. So this bike is kind of a jack of all trades, master of none type bike. It does everything well, but nothing really great. It's a sport tourer, or maybe a standard if you want to call it that. It's got a half fairing. The fairing does a good job of keeping the wind off of you, basically from your neck down. The wind blast really hits you in the helmet, so you need a good full face helmet with this bike, because that's where all the wind is directed, and you feel it also the tops and the outside of your shoulders. But you know, it is what it is. You can tell what kind of wind protection you're going to get just by looking at it. The bike looks pretty sporty, but it's not quite as sporty as it looks. It's got a 738cc inline 4. It's an old Kawasaki ZR-7S engine from the 70s, and they've updated it a few times. Makes about 70 horsepower, which is decent, but not it's not a screamer. I'm not going to be keeping up with the GSXR 600s or anything like that. But I think it does like a mid-12 second quarter mile. But it's a lot more comfortable than those bikes. It's a lot more versatile than those bikes. So after I got the bike, I did some modifications like everybody does when they get a bike. One of the first things I did was I got a Corbin saddle. The stock seat, it was just pushing me right into the gas tank. Not very comfortable. And the Corbin here, it puts you about an inch lower and an inch further back. It's got this bowl shape to it. It's very firm. But I think it's way more comfortable than stock. Some people never get used to the Corbin, but I like it a lot. The second thing I did was I got a GV hardbag frame mounting kit, and I got 3 hardbags for it. I'm going to put the camera down here. I'm going to put that on just so you can see what the bike looks like and how the bags work. I've got 3 of these bags. Any one of these bags fits anywhere on the bike, just like that. I can also put it on top, or I can put it on the other side of the bike. Any one of these bags goes anywhere. The bags are completely waterproof. They're secure. They don't come off without a key. So I can bring the bags in the house, pack them inside the house, and then bring them outside and put them on the bike. It's really convenient. I don't have a lot of garage space, so I've got to take the bags off to put the bike in the garage anyway. Some other things I did, I put the Kawasaki frame guards on here, not really to protect the bike as much as so I can put these highway pegs on. They're kind of chintzy, but I'm a tall guy, I need to stretch my legs. And it's not even that the bike is that uncomfortable. I'll put the camera down again. I'm going to sit on it just so you can get an idea of what the riding position is like. Like I said, it's that sports standard type of bike. It's fairly comfortable. I can ride it a full tank at a time, no problem at all. And speaking of that, it holds, it's a big tank, it holds 5.8 gallons. The bike gets almost 50 miles per gallon, so you're good for over 250 miles on a tank. So another reason that it's a good touring bike. I got the hand guards on there too, kind of keeps the wind off my hands. I do a lot of highway riding with the bike. But like I said, it's a good compromise for somebody that doesn't need like a a Honda ST1300 or Yamaha FJR 1300. Those are big, heavy bikes. I mean, they're very comfortable. You can ride them all day, but some people just don't need that or don't want to spend the money on it. And this bike, it does about 90% of what those bikes do for a lot less money. They're cheaper to buy, cheaper to maintain, cheaper to insure. It's a really good all-around bike. I did one last thing I did actually was the springs. The stock suspension on this bike is set up so that the front is pretty squishy and soft and the rears are pretty stiff. I got these progressive suspension fork springs. They give it a lot more confidence cornering. If you're going to be doing any kind of aggressive riding at all, you're going to want something stiffer in the front, and that's exactly what those springs do. Again, I highly recommend it. And I also got a Witter electric vest. It plugs right into the battery, really easy. We've all been out on summer days where it's 80 degrees when you leave the house. A few hours later you're coming home, the sun is down. It's down at 50 degrees and you shiver all the way home. Well, you got that vest, you plug it in, and man, it is a nice feeling. Again, once you have an electric vest, you'll never want to be without one again. So I think that's a pretty good wrap-up for the bike. I'm not sure what else I can tell you. It's been really reliable, dependable, hasn't cost you much money. Nothing's broken on it, never left me stranded. You know, it's a prototypical Japanese bike. Commute on it during the week, take it in the twisties on the weekends. It's not going to keep up with the GSXR 600s and all that if there's a really good rider on them, but if you're a decent rider, you can keep up with those guys, because a lot of times the rider is more important than the bike. The engine, 70 horsepower, it's enough. It's got a little bit of buzziness to it. I wish it had a 6th gear. That's one thing I would change. But overall, I'm really happy with the bike. So hope you liked the video. Hope you learned something. And have fun. We'll see you out there on the roads in the spring.